Mr. Roy,
No, you're going to yield to her? She's going to, okay.
I would yield to the gentlelady from Texas.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the gentleman's gentlemanly definition. I happen to disagree. Again, let me say that I use it as a characterization, not the precise definition of double jeopardy. So I would simply say that you punish the person twice in the instance of them being a veteran. So we are trying to accept out veterans who wear the uniform, who have fought in a war, who have served admirably, and now are subject to deportation. In the instance of that veteran having an offense, and we have listed, you've had a number of amendments here, and we have a number of exceptions, but there are a number of amendments to add this and add that. To the extent that those particular offenses that you tried to get in had gotten in, that veteran more than likely might be incarcerated, might have already been in jail, might be out now, and then you add punishment by deporting them. So that's what I believe sort of uses the characterization of double jeopardy as opposed to its strict legal interpretation. You hit them twice, and they're a veteran, and I don't believe that they should be hit twice. I'll yield back.
Madam Chair, I yield my time to Mr. Roy from Texas.
I appreciated listening to the gentlelady from Texas, and I think, you know, I'm certain my colleagues on this side of the aisle are, you know, supportive of and, you know, of the belief that we should ensure that veterans who served honorably, who are here legally, are able to avail themselves of continued legal status, and that is current law. Again, everything we're talking about here has to do with those who are criminals. And while I think I understand what the gentlelady is suggesting with respect to a concept of double jeopardy, is decidedly not, as my colleague from Colorado was pointing out, the legal definition of double jeopardy. The fact is, and he walked through it, and my friend from North Carolina, Mr. Bishop, walked through it, the due process, all of the redundancies in our legal system, you go through in the due process, you've been convicted in a court of law, you're a criminal, and the question here then is your status, and should you stay here? And these questions, now we're talking about obstruction of justice. We're trying to figure out which things is it, you know, that we believe, you know, merit ensuring that the people who stay in the United States or have legal permanent residence are those who are deserving. And that's simply the question. We've already acknowledged that there are some that aren't, right? So, I mean, that's the whole point here. We're having a debate here about, you know, categories because we recognize there are some categories that are not deserving of staying in the United States. And I think that's what we're trying to flush out. And I'd yield back since I'm over my time.
Gentleman yields back, and the time has expired. Unless there are further members, and I think everybody who's asked has already asked to speak, the question occurs on the amendment that has been offered.